How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful high difficulty LMG setup that you guys can be using right now in Back 4 Blood just after the big update. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card's in the deck and just what role it plays in the deck and just everything like that. Now, in this video, we're going to be going over a LMG deck, and this deck is going to go a little bit differently than most of the other decks that I put on this channel, because most of them have, like, a defined thing that they're good at. Like, melee decks are good at killing common, AR decks are good at killing special infected. This deck is a little bit different in the aspect that it's just good at killing everything. Like, when you put on this LMG build, you're not going to be on common patrol, you're not going to be on special affected patrol, you are going to just be on everything patrol. Like, you are going to be able to just deal out so much damage that you can pretty much single-handedly take everything on your own. Now, the first card that I do want to go over, and this is the entire build around for the deck, is going to be Admin Reload, which says when we stow our weapon, it reloads. Meaning that as soon as we run out of bullets in our LMG, instead of manually reloading it, we just pull out our secondary weapon, and then by the time we're done firing out all the bullets of our secondary weapon and need to reload it, we can just put it away, pull the LMG back out, and it magically has all of its bullets again. That way we can always create just a non-stop line of bullets rather than having to wait, you know, like the half a year for like the LMG to reload. I just overall think that this version of the deck is a lot better for a couple reasons. The first one being, if you actually wanted to play like a not admin reload version of the deck and you wanted to base it on reload speed, quite frankly, you just have to play a lot of really bad cards like Reload Drills, Wide Mouth Magwell, and you would probably have to play something like Mag Coupler, which would mean you have to play other cards like Quick Kill and Motorcycle Helmet just to make like the whole disabling ADS thing worth it. It's just a whole lot of work. I don't think it's entirely worth it, and I don't think you reload your LMG like that much quicker to like completely alter your deck in just an inferior way, in my opinion. And if you're new here to the channel and you don't know how we go over decks ever since we got this big update, since card order no longer matters and we just get 15 cards, you know, right out of the gate, I actually organize these cards into categories to, you know, help you guys out understand why everything goes in the deck, and it makes building decks a lot easier too. So the first category that I have is going to be weapon swap speed, because we're playing admin reload, so weapon swap speed is obviously going to be a very, very big part of that. And to start it off, we have shooting gloves, which is going to give us 25% weapon swap speed, 15% recoil control, and 15% accuracy. We're also going to be playing Cold Brew Coffee, which is going to give us 15% reload speed, 25% aim speed, weapon swap speed, and use speed. And the last card in this category is going to be Energy Drink, which is going to give us 15% stamina, 25% weapon swap speed, and 15% move speed while firing, and 10% slow resistance. Now, the reason I chose to play these cards over something like Guns Out or Cocky, because these, you know, obviously seem like the first two obvious choices, is because I, you know, didn't want to just play cards that solely just did one thing. Like, they just seem too linear, and like I don't even want to play Cocky and Guns Out, you know what I mean? Because then we would just be having simply too much weapon swap speed. And when you look at cards like Shooting Gloves, Cold Brew, and Energy Drink, like all of these things do more than just weapon swap speed, and that's what I like about them rather than these cards. Like, we're easily getting like 8 to 10 other effects outside of weapon swap speed, and that's literally just because we're playing these cards, and none of these cards give us a downside either, which both of these cards give us downsides. And when you look at how much weapon swap speed you actually get with these cards, you still get 75% weapon swap speed for just playing these three cards, which is the same that you get for Cocky, except we don't have this ridiculously big downside, and we get just so many other benefits. You know, we get recoil control, we get accuracy, we get aim speed, and we get reload speed, which I know that doesn't seem super relevant in like the admin reload version, but it does turn out the faster that your reload speed is, the faster this admin reload's gonna proc and let you shoot. So, I mean, there is always that, but I didn't put a whole lot of reload speed cards in the deck just because I didn't feel like that was necessary, but it does come up. Alright, and the next category that we have is going to be weak spot damage, because like I said, we are going to be able to just kill everything over and under the moon, and that's because we just have a lot of damage in every way humanly possible. And to start this category off, we have hyper focused, which is going to give us plus 50% weak spot damage and minus 40% move speed while shooting or melee attacking. We have reckless strategy, which is going to give us 30% weak spot damage and minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. We have ridden slayer, which is going to give us plus 20% weak spot damage, and to round off this category, we have knowledge as power, which gives us 10% weak spot damage, and it allows players to see values for damage they deal and enemy health bars. Now, as far as knowledge as power goes, this one isn't actually like a super good card. This is one that I put in just for personal preference because, like I said, you're more than likely just going to be on like everything patrol. You're just going to be shooting basically everything that isn't your teammates. And, you know, when it comes to that, I do really prefer to see the health bars in this kind of build as opposed to like a shotgun build or like an AR build where it just kind of doesn't matter. But I do feel like knowledge as power and the health bars really help out in like this LMG kill everything build. But again, this is totally optional. This is totally just like my thing, and if you don't like this card, feel free to put like another reload speed card in, because I mean, this is taking you to 110% weak spot damage, which I mean, I get it if you don't like that, and if you're playing and your like admin reload isn't proccing fast enough, this is easily one of the first cards you can cut and just put another reload speed card in. Alright, moving on to the next category, we have just straight DPS, and this is going to be all of our non-weak spot damage, if that makes sense. And starting it off, we have Patient Hunter, which says every 0.75 seconds we ADS, it increases our bullet damage by 10%, up to 3 stacks. We have Shredder, which says every bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, stacks up to 15%. We have Line 'em Up, which gives us plus 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, and 25% bullet penetration and aim speed. We got large caliber rounds, which is going to give us 7.5% bullet damage and 200% bullet penetration. And lastly, we have silver bullets, which is going to give us 10% bullet damage and 15% effective bullet range. Now, the reason that I'm playing all of these cards is because these, in my opinion, are simply just the 5 strongest damage cards in the game. I don't feel like there is another card in the game in terms of like base damage that is better than any of these cards, and I did also put them in the order that I think they're in. I do feel like Patient Hunter is the best of these 5, and I do feel like silver bullets in this deck specifically is the worst of the 5. And the reason why I have so many along with being paired with like all the weak spot damage is because I did find it a little annoying to like force myself to have to hit the weak spots on the special infected when they're not my biggest priority. Like if I'm going to be constantly switching between shooting hordes of common and then shooting special infected, I'm not always going to be, you know, ready to instantly aim for their weak spots. And having a bunch of cards like this is going to allow us to take out things like tall boys, you know, crushers, bruisers. Those are the main ones that I'm scared of because they have the biggest health pool. Stuff like hawkers, stalkers, exploders, those are easy. You shoot them in their weak spot like literally like 3 or 4 times and it's like nothing. But on the higher difficulties like Nightmare and No Hope, tall boys do a lot of damage when they get to hit you, and I play all of these cards just to make sure that that can't happen. And the last 2 cards in the deck don't really belong to any sort of category. They're just really good value cards for the deck. Number 14 being High Vis Sights, which is going to give us 30% aim speed, and 15 being Ammo Mule, which gives us 75% ammo capacity, but minus 5% move speed as the downside. Now, the reason that this card is in the deck is because LMGs do have a super slow ADS, especially when you don't like have any attachments and you're not playing as a character like Jim, stuff like that. They have a very slow ADS. So I did put this on here because we do have other cards like Cold Brew that do just tack on aim speed, but I wanted one card that was dedicated to it just to give us that buffer that we needed, just so that we wouldn't have any problems. And Ammo Mule is in here because LMGs just, they go through a lot of ammo. They go through more ammo than anything else in the entire game, in my opinion. But I mean, a card change that you could make if this makes you slightly more comfortable is changing Ammo Mule to Ammo Belt because of the reload speed. And like I was saying earlier, this reload speed is going to make admin reload proc just that much sooner. So again, if you were looking at this build and you don't like the lack of reload speed that you see, feel free to, you know, cut Ammo Mule for Ammo Belt and then cut Knowledge as Power for like another super fast reload speed card. Like if that's where you're trying to be, those are the cuts I would recommend. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.